Hi,
Hi.
Kels. Um, you know the survey results?
Yeah.
I won't be able to access them because they're on my desktop, and my dad's currently fixing the desktop.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as long as you have one thing, at least we're gonna play with one thing today. If you have one thing to
Right.
say or remember from the surveys or
Mm-hmm.
you,
Yeah.
cool, good. I'm so
Thanks.
glad. I love to see everybody. It's so nice that you guys are also like willing to, wear your cameras however you want to say it. Okay. So actually you'll need a pen and paper for our first opening part of this. All right. We're gonna start like that. And I thought I had a pencil, but I don't. So give me a second. All right. We are in the idea phase, but I will also just kind of give a disclaimer that the empathy, asking people questions, finding out more about your problem does not end. As you're creating a product, you want to continuously ask people and watch people and see what people really, really, really need. So just know that empathy doesn't end. You should still continue to arrange interviews. And know that that part is not over. We will be surveying and interviewing throughout. But today we're going to kind of start ideas. We're going to play with what we have. We're going to basically let that idea explode into something bigger through each other. And it's kind of cool. We're going to, there's actually two main activities we're going to do. The first one is called How Might We, which I talked just a little bit about in the group chat, but it's much more fun to do it live. So, does anybody want to be our first victim or volunteer for the How Might We session? It's pretty great. What you will need to do, this person will basically tell us one thing about what you learned from your survey or any statement. Like the insights you made from your interviews were awesome. So we're looking for a statement like that. One statement that you have about something new you've seen about your problem. It could be a direct quote from the interview. It could be something that you just now know about your problem.
I could start.
Thanks, Erica. Yeah.
So I had an interview with a hearing person, and she gave me a good kind of statement. So I told her that I want also hearing people to learn the sign language. And then she told me that hearing people kind of need a reason to learn sign language, because as it is like now, hearing people probably never meet with a deaf person because just the communities are separated, right? So this is kind of the state, like find a reason for hearing people to learn sign language.
Okay. So we're hearing people don't have a reason to learn sign language. Let's go with that. What we're all gonna do for 60 seconds is we're gonna write down as many how might we statements as possible. And I'm gonna tell you right now, some of your first how might we statements might feel like super basic or dumb or whatever, or silly, right? Like you start with that, and as you write, they become better and better. So, okay, statement being, I'm gonna put it into the chat. Hearing people need a reason to learn sign language. So I'll let you guys write. I mean, the first one on my mind would be how might we give hearing people a reason to learn sign language? And then we would continue, like it can be as small as that. And then you just keep writing and writing. I'll put the timer on. 15 seconds. Okay. We'll read some out loud. I actually feel it might be more fun to type these while we are like in that fast-paced mode. Anybody want to read out what they had for the how might we statements for Erica's?
I guess I can read out. So like the first one, like how might we increase the contact between deaf and hearing people? And then like following to that was like, how might friendships between deaf people and hearing people like affect the problem?
Mm.
And just how might we like create a better understanding for the other side?
Yeah. I love that. I love this, that one friendship is total reason for a hearing person to learn. So if we can just create a place where they, they want to be able to communicate, that's awesome. You guys want to actually write these all we'll go into the Discord right now, and we will write them in Erica's area. I'll kind of share my screen and show you what I mean. This is where we left called spicy questions. I've changed these to be something called idea carousel, which we'll get to in a second. So everybody can go, nice, I see Betty already. You can kind of just write yours here so that Erica can see all of ours. Nice. I think the lack of resources is really, really there. Nah, yeah. Good. And like Erica's statement about making people more curious about sign language, that like, I love that because that can lead to all of us thinking of, just different ways that people get curious. You guys are awesome. Anybody want to speak out before I just keep reading them? Laura's is really good too. Right. Okay. We'll do it for one more volunteer, and then you guys are going to do it in breakout rooms for like a short amount of time. Anybody else want to volunteer? Who wants to be the next to go?
I guess I can go. So like I was talking about like giving opportunities to like children or teenagers. And I was always thinking like, why do they not want them? And something really interesting that like I encountered after like the survey was somebody saying, well, I feel like I already have so much that if I would, I don't know, let's say apply for a scholarship for this school, I would take opportunities away from other people. And like that just really made me think about the problem because I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like,
Yeah. I mean, a lot to unpack there. I'm excited for you to interview and talk to more people about that, but because it could be. So our statement right now is people are worried about taking opportunities from others when it comes to scholarships and like programs, right? Okay, so now we'll actually do it this way. We'll type it in Malin's area because I think it'll be more exciting to see everybody just send it in as it comes. So we'll put in 60 seconds. Erica's already going. 60 seconds starts now. How might we statements can we make? Okay. Oh, the timer has gone off. It just did not make a sound. So that being said, you guys finish them, send the last ones in. You're gonna go do the how might we's in a small room for a quick round. And as I said, this is just the first activity. Idea carousel is the actual bulk of things. So I'm not gonna give you like a too long, but make sure that everybody gets a chance to go and just do 60 seconds for each person. You can type it the exact same way that we did here. Perfect. Okay, so you're with 3 people. Obviously, Erica and Raylan have already gone. So make sure that everybody gets to go. 60 seconds per person. Type it into your channel. I like it there. Okay. Have fun. Let's see what's in there. You guys were in there to the bare end. I love it. I was just waiting on the countdown. I see some people didn't get to their spaces. I am gonna say though, we're gonna move forward. At this point, everybody's gonna choose just one idea to work with today. And I'll tell you right now, your idea might go from something very even basic to something a little bit more elaborate based on the prompts that we get into. So this is how Idea Carousel works. And this is a legendary activity we've been doing since the very beginning of School of Future. Back in the day, we didn't even do Zoom calls. We basically did this over it was like a text message and everybody was doing it on a Google document. Anyways, I'm just gonna show you guys, everybody will go onto their, into their area to start. So Imogen's gonna be in hers, Malin will be in your zone, Christina, you'll be in your own zone for the first round. There are 8 rounds of this. There are 8 rounds. And so each round, you jump to the person below you. So Christina would go to Erica. Erica would go to Dion. Dion would jump to Betty. Betty would jump to Laura. And there's a new prompt every single round. You have about 2 minutes for that new prompt. So you look at what's written above. So for example, like Erica would look at when Malin is in Christina's zone, Malin will look at everything Christina has written and Malin will answer for Christina, basically. She will kind of add to Christina's idea. Whichever zone that you are in, you are kind of like adding to what they already have. It will make a lot of sense when you hear the prompts because the prompts basically ask you, look at what's there and add to what is there. So get into your zone right now. Round 1 basically just asks you to write down the idea you want to work with today. It can be pretty general if you want. It can be pretty specific. It's not an idea that you are married to. We are trying this to see how the idea grows. Just gonna do something really quick. So you guys have be in your zone for 3 minutes. Write down the problem that you, or the idea that you want to work with today.
Kelsey, I don't think I have a carousel. Do I have to create one?
Oh, I can do that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Celine, sorry for that.
It's okay.
You were...
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm not sure I understood what we have to do.
Yeah.
Because my teacher was talking all the time, so I couldn't understand.
Okay. No, that's
Yeah.
that's totally fine. So you're in your carousel right now, and you're just writing down your the idea you want to work with. And every single
Yes.
round, there's 8 rounds. Every single round, you jump to the person below you, and there's a new prompt that you will write about. And it's obviously the prompt becomes announced when you jump to the new zone. So for right now, this is Christina. Just write down the idea that you want to work with, and everyone else will be able to see it, and they'll be able to act accordingly.
It can be anything, or my problem in particularly.
For your problem in particular, yeah. Like an
problem.
idea
Yeah,
that you have going already for your idea.
Okay, I'm gonna write that in my carousel, and then I go to the next carousel.
Yes,
Right.
when I say jump, you will go to the next carousel.
Okay, thank you.
Great, you guys see, Celine, do you see yours now?
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. Okay, great. Christina has her idea there. 30 more seconds to write your own idea. Be as, I guess, as specific as you want in the last 30 seconds. Okay, it is time to jump. This is our first jump round, and it'll be much faster than this in the future, but everybody jump to the person below you. So Imogen, go to Malin, Malin, go to Christina, Christina, go to Erica, Erica, you will jump to Betty. You guys probably can't see Deanne right now because I made him invisible, but yeah, jump to the person directly below you. And your prompt is, what does this idea make you think about? Write down everything that pops into your head. There are only 3 minutes in this round. So just everything that pops into your head. Idea is to write as much as possible. Nice. Okay, 60 seconds are left. Celine, you're on Imogen's, just so you know, since you're at the bottom, you kind of come all the way to the top to Imogen's.
Oh, okay, sorry, I'll go to Imogen.
Yeah, Imogen, you guys say it better than me. I'm sorry. I feel so dumb the way I say your name wrong. All this typing, I'm excited to see. Round 3. Time is up. Jump to the person below you. So Malin, you'll now be at Erica. Christina, you'll now be at Betty. So just find the person below you and raise hand if you're unsure of who it is. Okay, round 3 is this. Where do you think this idea could go in the future? What would you add? What does this idea make you want to do? So thinking about this idea in any form, what could happen with it?
Are we jumping to the next person, or are we staying
Yes.
with the same person? Oh, okay.
Jump to the
Thank
next
you.
person, the person right below you, and try to read what they had originally said. So if you're in Malin's, look at Malin's original idea that she put up about 5 minutes ago and see, and write from there. You can try to read everything, but I'm setting the
Yeah.
timer 3 minutes with this room.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Two minutes still. This is going remarkably slow this round. Twenty seconds remain. Your next round, jump to the person below you again. And this one says, what do you wonder about the idea? Or even what do you find hard to picture? It's important sometimes to like show people what you can't yet picture so that they can add to it and make it more clear, make it more complete. So round 4, what do you wonder about the idea? What do you find hard to picture? Jump to the person directly below you and just raise your hand if you're struggling to find out who that is. Timer's already started. All right, was a minute left. Mm. Okay. Next round is, I love this one. Describe someone who would just love this idea. It can be someone you know, it can be like a type of person. Describe someone who would love this idea. What kind of persona are they? Like, who are they? Why would they love it? What are they going to do with it? There's 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Hmm. "22 seconds." And this is actually the last round that you will be on somebody else's page. So get there. This round says, it's basically asking, what are some apps, products, anything else in the world that's similar? Any kinds of like activities, like what are people doing in the real world that's similar to this idea? It doesn't have to be exactly like something the same, but what does it make you think of? What kinds of other apps or products, services? Even if it's not a service, like if there's like a fun game that people play similar to this idea. Okay. 45 seconds. Okay. Now you will head back to your carousel, to your room, whatever you want to call it. You're going to be in there and you're going to read what everybody has said as much as possible. And what you can do is you can look back over everyone's notes and what are some new thoughts that you have. You can obviously type it a little bit, and in 3 minutes, I want everybody's going to get a chance to speak out about this because I do want to hear. So take 3 minutes to read what everybody has said in your space. Okay, I'm not sure if anybody typed yet. I didn't really look. It's okay to just read. I want everybody to be able to share out. If you guys are cool with it, we'll be over the hour just by a little bit, but what's something new you're thinking about based on what everybody types? How does the idea kind of look now?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't think of like the game aspect of it. Like I didn't think of creating games for families. to try and get to know each other. So now I'm starting to consider that maybe activities would work also instead of teaching.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like very fun, very easy to experiment and prototype on people as well. That's what's gonna be next. I'll talk about that just a little bit, but games are really a huge way to engage people. And if you realize most of the apps that you're using are actually very gamified. Like every little thing that you're doing is kind of like you get acknowledged for it, you get a little bit rewarded for it, and you want to do something else. Very nice.
Yeah.
No.
I could go next if Christina doesn't want to talk first or not, because her hand is up.
Yeah.
So okay, I learned that
It was up by accident. Sorry, I don't know how I clicked that. You can talk. Sorry.
Okay. So that the organization could support or work with the school for like several years, and not only like a week or just sending out educational kits. So this is a new idea, and also that not only students get educated, but like whole families or adults. Yeah.
So you said for a week. Tell us about that a little bit more. That was the new plan.
Yeah, this was like my first idea, that like this educational kits that they're sent out, and then there are like probably some activities which you can do throughout the week. Like you can also do it like the week after or like a whole month, but actually there are like just like for instance 5 activities for each day, so it would be like 1 week. But I think Mylin said that like this organization could work with a school for like 2 years or something. Oh, I don't know who said this, but yeah, so having like new activities every week and new meetings, and
these things are really fun to plan, and there's a lot of alternatives. Like you could try it out for like a 5-day thing, and then like let it build on to like what's happening next month. But then there's going to be people want to invite their friends, so then maybe you have like the preliminary course is 5 days, and then you get more advanced and you can go. There's so much opportunity with that. Love that.
I can go next.
Yes.
So my idea was to make an app for people just to talk about the problems as women and men, like separately, and then share some experiences. And then Erica reminded me that nowadays there are more than 2 genders, and I don't want anyone to be excluded or like feel like, okay, man and woman, where am I and stuff. So I have to think about how I will go on and how we'll do it with that.
Awesome. I love that you guys are adding from each other. I love that you guys are a group that they say a lot to each other in this kind of thing, and then there's nobody, you don't mind going to whatever direction comes to your mind, because it helps people get closer with their idea. So very nice. Passing to Emin, are you ready?
Yes, so I was so I think that was Persephone that said that. So people sharing their problem anonymously. So I completely forget that, and she reminds me of it. So yeah, and also having games to bring people together, and like instead of teaching about mental health, and like people learning through games and to get closer to each other like in families and everything.
Okay. I think games can bring people together, to be honest. I think a lot of people want to, especially even if they play like online chess or whatever you guys want to create, could be something completely original that's never been done before. I love that concept. I also want to let you know, it's so actionable. Like when you prototype, you want to be able to try this out, and we can arrange for you to have 2 people to try your game out for like 5 days. And you can like run this for a couple people. That's like the best way to prototype.
Yeah.
Betty, are you ready to tell?
Yeah. So I saw that I need to think about how like older people and like different influences like parents, teachers, grandparents, like people that you see very often. I need to think about how they have those conversations with people who are younger. Um because I think that like people that you look up to, I think that it will like help in different scenarios. Like when you're going to school, I think it will help you be more comfortable in like the environment that you're in, and when you go home, and yeah.
Sure. Like how an older person like takes in information from a younger person or has a good conversation. And then that again, I guess, yeah, what could be kind of cool, Betty, to interview like a parent separately and then interview that person, that like the child of that parent, and kind of see, investigate like how that influences them to go out and do things in school. Let's arrange that for sure. I think there's a lot of parents and adults out there that can get interviewed by you. Great. Imogen, will you go next?
Sure. I was well, Laura helped me realize like how I need to kind of set it all out, and like I was thinking about putting maybe like different tabs in the website, so if people need like a certain amount of help, or they want like a book, I don't know, to inspire them to get into STEM, that they can find one and it'd be easy to access and things like that.
Okay. Love that. Love people finding exactly the thing that they needed within within STEM. And what you could do for a prototype right now is to start to lay out like all the different interests and maybe even put them into categories or the things within STEM that people are wondering and want to find out about. And then you just have like the layout of how those resources will look. And people can find it in different ways. Customization is a huge way that people like want to stay on your website. If they answer a couple questions at the beginning and then they see a pool of resources customized for them, that feels really good. Pretty awesome. We have Malin.
Yeah, so something I read about was like somebody told me like that in their country, like the schools already like make aware of like a lot of academic opportunities. And like I realized that like at least at my school that wasn't the case at all. Like if they were promoting something, it was like only like competitions that would like help the school to get a better image. So what I thought about was like maybe like creating flyers or something that you can just like hand to schools or hand to teachers, because like I know like some teachers because they're friends with like my family or something like that, and like give it to them, because sometimes like students might not even think about like going online and searching for like opportunities because they just don't think about it. But then like having it handed out to them so like that they can see it like visually right in front of them, I think that would help a lot.
Yeah. Right. Making it the new norm to know about these and like seek these kinds of opportunities in every school, not just some. I do know what you mean though. I've taught at many schools where some of this stuff is like up all around all the time, and other schools it's not. And it's just you work on that privately, and like people don't talk about it at school. Very interesting, like the variety of schools around the world. Very interesting. We have Laura left. I think it's just Laura left.
So from the beginning, I was thinking about doing like almost like an interactive, like almost like a game. I don't know if you guys have played that game called Episode, and it's like these characters and they interact and you make the choices for them. So I was thinking something like that, but like showing these scenarios, and these scenarios like they show what it's like to be a woman, because I think that conversations with men are not really going to lead anywhere because they already know our struggles. They already listen to us. It's about them understanding it and like feeling it. So like when you put them in a position in which they have to experience it, even if it's just a game, it might help them put themselves in that position, because many men don't understand that things are still not equal. So I was thinking about like an interactive game, but also like have like this tab in which people can talk about the game and like how it made them realize certain things and like the opinions and all of that. So yeah.
That's helpful. I'm gonna Oops. Anyways. I'm sorry that I have some, I want you guys to comment to each other, but I think that's really, really cool, Laura. I really think that it'd be awesome to give a scenario and then show them like, these are the two choices that the woman is given in the situation. Neither of them are that great, but like you have to pick one and then like something else happens. So I think that that's insanely great. I'm going to open up the floor though. Like you guys are obviously like, I love this group so much because everyone feels comfortable like adding to each other. So we'll close the session in a second, but if anybody wants to like just out loud vocally add to what they heard from each other.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Hello. So my problem is phone dependency with young children. And I think Mylene wrote something very interesting about a documentary. I mean, something that like there is that is like people that play a lot of video games and get super addictive, like young teens. And it's in China. And I had also watched the documentary, and it's like a school where you have like no phone, nothing, and all you do is like I don't know, cut wood or do homework or do a lot of sport. And that is like the extreme for your brain to come down maybe from the whole dependency. And then there people can see that it's exactly the same as a drug addiction, which is very sad. And so yeah, the question is how we don't get there, because I feel like I think Kelsey, you also wrote in my thing that parents, if they want to get help or something, and I also realized that a lot of parents don't accept that they are wrong or that they need help. I guess it's difficult maybe, and then that's also a problem, because then maybe they don't want to get help, and then nobody sees the child problem, or yeah. So that's that.
Yeah. I mean, again, could be kind of a cool product that has like a mixture between like parent getting help for phone addiction and child a little bit too. Like they could go hand in hand. And I think that's again like a really important place to kind of touch at parents as well, and like interview them and see like what they are willing to admit or know. Okay, opening the floor for anybody to add to anybody else's really quick.
Yeah, I would like to add something to Mylin. So she just shared this like idea that those kind of information sheets of an organization, or like organization which offers like opportunities for students or scholarships, stuff like this, that those information sheets could be handed out to students in school, so they have it like in front of them and really see the opportunities. I think this is great, but I would also like add another idea that those organizations could like record a video of themselves, or like record a presentation which is also shown to the students. Or maybe those organizations could even go to some schools and present it there, because then the students would like see the people behind it and have people they can talk to and ask questions. And I think they would be just a lot more interested if they could see like with like what path they can kind of go if they take this opportunity.
For sure. See the end result of it. See nice. Yeah, definitely. And my other advice is this: try to involve people as much as possible, as much as like let them, when they see what these opportunities are, like maybe they envision themselves doing it. Maybe they answer a couple, like they get to kind of predict, cool, if I actually took this opportunity, my life would look like this in 2 years. If that could be part of the game or the product, could be good. I was going to show this really quick, but like you guys keep going with your ideas, but this is the end of stage 6 is one of the coolest parts. I really like this, and just wanted to show you guys, a lot of you are in the middle of stage 6, but I love market sensing. I just want to talk about this for a second. If you haven't gotten to this place yet, some of you have, but it's really cool to see like, what are people doing right now? Because like to solve the problem for themselves, they might be doing something very like hacky. Like they are, because they're they're doing something in their life in order to fix it, just because, oopsies. Yeah, they're doing something right now in order to, oh cool, here's all of you guys that have already just done this just now. Last night I just woke up and I didn't see that you guys had done this part, but it is really, really great. Like, what are people doing instead because your product doesn't exist? And whatever they're doing, like if I'm doing a mixture of things, like I'm looking up YouTube videos, I have to like call my friends and ask for advice. Combine those things into your product. Like think about what people do right now in order to like deal with this, whatever issue it is, and then use those things in your like product idea. So I really love market sensing. There's a lot of not direct competitors, but companies out there that have like similar features to what you might want to use. And then of course you'll study like the traits or the trends, sorry, different trends. Like what are people doing right now? And how do we kind of incorporate that into your idea? By next week, you'll be done with stage 7. And so go through, this is prototyping. You see, like there's many, many different ways to trial your idea, and like everybody's gonna have a very custom decision next week. So do go through stage 7 before we meet in a week, and then we'll be showing you guys like a lot of different tools that you're gonna like want to use, and there's gonna be like several different ways that you're gonna want to try out your idea. And like biggest advice, try your idea as soon as possible. Like we can help you get together like 3 or 4 people to try something, try a game, try something very informal. You don't have to like build anything on a website quite yet unless you want to. But trying it out first is like the ultimate way. Okay, I'm gonna just let you guys like know about those things. And if you haven't signed up, tomorrow there is an expo. This is the December cohort is amazing. They will be graduating. They will be pitching their business ideas, happening at, let me think, I think it's 1:30 in the UK and 2:30 for those of you in like an hour after the UK. You know how it is. Okay, so try to come to that. I'll put the Zoom link in like right before into your like Discord chat. But it's pretty, I mean, I know a lot of students that come to this and feel like a spark of ideas just based on hearing everybody's pitch. So just come and kind of like check it out if you want. Okay, guys, love this group. Any last words? Okay. All right. Keep the ideas rolling. It doesn't end. Keep interviews going. Keep talking to people. Just tell people what your idea is right now and like see what they would add to it. See what they would question you about, because that's how it grows. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Kelsey.
Yeah. Yes, your mentors are going to be excited to see what you have so far. So have fun on your mentor calls.